Good morning, everyone. Here is Stefan Metro again on my BBTV live show with Adam Metro, my son, co-hosting the show. And in a few seconds, we're going to join United Kingdom at the brasserie Tinpicoolen Run. We're going to join Nathaniel Schooler, our my BBTV ambassador over there in Great Britain and all over the world. I think it won't take long, maybe in a few seconds. Let me just check if we have Nathaniel online. Here we are, Nathaniel Schuler. How are you doing this morning?
Hi, very well, thanks. It's nearly 3 o'clock here in the afternoon.
Yeah, we have 9:37 a.m. here in Canada.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun working in lots of different time zones for sure.
Yeah, I couldn't join you, because my underage son is with me today, and they won't let him in the brasserie, right? It's 21 and over.
Bless him. Yeah, I'm glad he's looking a bit happier now.
24, 25 months.
Oh wow, it's a fun age. That age, it really is a lot of fun. It's amazing how quickly they learn, from that age. Amazing.
And they're much like you. Yeah, they have no limits.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Absolutely, imagination is endless with them.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So today you're at the Tinpicoolen and Run brasserie.
I am.
Where is that exactly in United Kingdom?
Well, this is right near a little village called Ilsington. It's actually in the Dartmoor National Park, which is a fantastic place. There are a lot of sort of hills to climb, a lot of rocks. It's a very famous place. This one here is near a place called Haytor Rock. So actually, you can see Haytor Rock from parts of the garden here, and it's just amazing. It really is incredible. So and Agatha Christie, in fact, spent a couple of weeks here when she was. I don't know the exact story, but we're going to come back and do another conversation here, so we find out. But if you have a look in the room, let me just show you. I'm going to spin my camera around, and you can see the room. It's absolutely beautiful here. Excuse the messy camera. It's on my tripod, so it's not easy to move. But you can see Agatha Christie over there, picture over there on the wall. So yeah, it's an absolutely beautiful place. The food is very good, and the staff are very friendly. So it's the kind of great place to take a little holiday or do some work. It's very quiet a lot of the time in the afternoons, which is nice when it's not tourist season. So out the back here in the back room, it's perfect. So yeah, it's a great place. And yeah, I mean, in terms of what there is to do around here, a lot of people they generally just go hiking, go walking around, and yeah, I mean, I've been doing a few Facebook lives because I work very early in the morning usually, so I kind of take off maybe half an hour to have a break and get some fresh air in the morning. And a lot of people are really not very environmentally friendly. Let's put it like that, yeah. So it's something that I'm trying to raise a bit of awareness around, because I think a lot of people really should know about not leaving glass bottles. They should know that feeding wild horses by the roadside is a really bad idea, etc. So there are lots of different things that they're doing. I mean, if you feed a wild horse by the roadside, you're going to attract it to come and eat out of your bin. So it's going to cross the road, and then a car's going to come around the corner and crash into it. So people really need to understand the ecosystem of the countryside before they start telling you should put your poo in a dog bag, when really a lot of people are told they need to put poo in a bag, and actually they just leave the bag in the countryside for the horses to eat, and then it dies because they build up these bags empty stomach, same as a cow, they can't digest them, you know, and there are a number of issues around this. And, you know, you're not allowed to cycle around here. There are lots of things that people do that are illegal and actually damage the landscape, damage the nature. So anyway, that's what it's like around here. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Okay, Nathaniel. Okay, so today we had the idea of, you know, talking about a little bit of yourself, you know, your project, your activities, and what led you to work on your personal branding, to magnify that aspect of personal branding.
Well, that's quite a big topic, actually, that one. I mean, I think the most important thing is actually is like all things in life and in business. And I think, and in your career in particular, it's actually working out that you're not happy in the first place and you're dealing with the wrong people. A lot of the time we go through life blind, and we'll go through life just accepting where we're at, and we won't take any action at all to change that. And I think the first thing is being aware that you have a problem. Yeah. Without being aware of you having a problem, you're not going to move forwards in your career. Yeah. So for me, it was a case of being aware that I was actually putting a lot of effort in and generating a lot of awareness around who I was, but actually I went around it the wrong way. And like with most people in social media, there's an element of testing around that. And I managed to grow quite a big network with lots of very, very well-known people, but actually realized that there was a limit to what I was doing. And that limit made me realize that I had a problem. So then I fortunately, weirdly enough, I actually met a brand marketer who had worked with over 70 global household names. And I met him at a baby group, which I was attending with my daughter. And she was about 1.5, maybe 2. So a little bit like your son, similar age. And I took her to a baby group in Hazelmere in Surrey, which was where I was living. And I met this gentleman called Douglas. And in fact, Douglas had worked with over 70 global household names, including Krug Champagne, Remy Martin Cognac. He launched the first brand strategy for Petronas, the oil company in Malaysia. And he was also a lawyer, so he was a barrister as well. So, and he'd written speeches for the president of Malaysia and various other people. So I spoke to him, and we worked together over a period of say 3 or 4 weeks to actually shape the wording for my personal brand. Yeah, because it's all very well having a great image, but if people then visit your website or your LinkedIn profile or even look at your CV, and that does not stand in the words that actually make them want to take action, then you're wasting all that effort generating all this interest around what you do, but no one's going to do anything. They're not going to say, well, hold on a minute, let me book a 15-minute consultation because I really think you can help me. They're just going to read all your information and then go somewhere else, or you know, you're going to have your competitors taking all your business because they're going to be more credible and have more authority in the marketplace than you do, you know.
So would that be something to prepare about, you know, having some call to actions and some automation done on online?
Well, I think let's go right back to before the call to action, and let's look at everything that we're saying to people, and this includes being a guest on your show. Yeah, I haven't introduced myself. I will introduce myself in a minute, and that's the most important thing, is actually covering these 3 elements. The first element is what do you do, and actually explaining what you do in words that everybody understands, as opposed to words that only people in your industry will understand. Okay, so it's what do you do? That's the first thing. Then it's what gives you credibility and authority within your marketplace. So it's like, why would you speak to me? What would you speak to me about? You know, why would you value my expertise over someone else's? Yeah. And then it's, why am I different and or better than anybody else? Okay. And all of these things are unique to that individual. Okay. I mean, fortunately, I've worked really, really hard to get this right. And now it's finally paying off. You know, personal branding is not an immediate thing. You don't do it overnight. Okay. It takes time to perfect, to actually speak in the language that your audience wants to hear. Yeah. And I mean, and that's what happened. So IBM. Okay, so what do you do? I'm an IBM futurist, so I'm part of a global community around Watson analytics, and we actually help people to understand about analytics within business and the capabilities of artificial intelligence. I explain this in plain English that people understand. I also host a podcast with a fellow IBM futurist, Garen Kilpatrick. So we have
from Toronto, right?
Yeah, from Toronto. Yeah, and we have
Canadian. He's Canadian.
Yeah, he's Canadian. He's fantastic, and we have a podcast called nextlevelpodcast.com. And so we're up to about nearly 30 episodes. We've got around 9 episodes that are in the pipeline, but at the moment we've put those back on hold until we get our marketing training platform launched, which will be launched within the next few days. And so I'm a marketing coach. I'm a brand marketing coach. I help people to explain what they do in words that are simple for people to understand, build credibility and authority for them, and explain their key differences, so why they're better than anybody else. And that's what I do. So IBM came to me and said, well, we want you to join this futurist program. And I was like, okay, great. And then they invited me to write for Think Marketing, which is their marketing website that they had, and they've since changed the way they do that. But I also I write blogs and I write articles for my own site, and I interview lots of people. But I thought, well, I need to get into live video and actually do more live video, because a lot of people are really interested in what's going on in my life. And, you know, I'm the guy that goes out there and pushes the boundaries. I'm the guy that might run a Twitter automation that drives people crazy, that they don't like. Some people, yeah. I'm the guy who steps that little bit further forwards in the way that he does things, and that's who I am, basically. And if people want help with their marketing, we've got a 2-week trial that's running on the Marketing Income Lab, marketingincome.com, and that helps people to make more money, to grow their networks, to sell more products, you know, sell affiliate products if they want to. And we're just in the process of recording videos so we can actually explain that to people so that, you know, it works, basically. But I mean, I've recently helped a gentleman who's been in marketing for 20 years, and that's on my LinkedIn profile. And you can actually see his LinkedIn profile is amazing. The chap used to be Tim Elliott, his name is, and he used to be a tutor for the Chartered Institute of Marketing around digital marketing, and his profile looks amazing now. And we work together with him and with Garen to get it right, you know. And that's the same. I mean, LinkedIn, I've got this award here that LinkedIn, you know, I don't normally carry this around, but I thought I'd just bring it with me. Just to show you guys, LinkedIn actually gave me this award for being one of the most widely visited profiles in the marketing and advertising space, and having a great looking profile. So it was really worth investing my time and money in getting the wording right, because now I have people who are approaching me saying, oh, I'd like to work with you, or I'd like you to help me with this, or I need you to do that for me. And Hey there, Jan. Or is it Jan? I'm not quite sure.
Jan Barbosa is as an online marketer, digital entrepreneur, and he is from Puerto Rico. So they are recovering from it. That's right again. I know you're people. Hola, Juan. ¿Cómo estás? Juan. So, Jan Barbosa or Juan, I don't know how you pronounce that.
I think it's Jan. It must be Jan.
It has to be Jan, you know. I hope we can have him one time. Once.
Why don't we ask him if he wants to jump in and have a conversation with us?
That's a good idea. Let me just check.
If he's online, might be in his pants still or something.
It was like Star Wars. I had tremendous time to pronounce Han Solo. I was saying Jan Solo. So I don't know if you pronounce Juan, Jan, Han, Jan. I don't know. He needs to jump with us. I'm trying to find him online. Oh God, it's always hard to catch everyone because
it is.
Little by little, my BBTV is becoming more and more popular.
For sure.
I would say my connection is wobbly after hurricane. I believe so.
Yeah. But no, I mean, when it comes to building your personal brand, you've got a very great looking profile, I must say. I find it quite interesting because what I tend to see with people in the technology space, such as yourself, they actually do so many different things that sometimes they find it hard to actually explain what they do. Yeah. And I think because a lot of the work they're doing is quite secret, they actually make a point of making it quite elusive and quite sort of mystical, the way that, and this goes for, I mean, I've got a very I had a very good mentor. He's not a mentor anymore because I have lots of advisors, but I think he has a fantastic profile, but he doesn't really tell you what he does either. You know,
I think in matters of personal branding, it's a mistake because you already told us at the beginning of the show today that if a 5-year-old cannot explain in simple words what you are doing or what his dad is doing, forget about that. How does the other customers or prospect are going to guess what the heck are we doing?
However,
where the hell are we?
Well, I know, but the point I'm making is that it is what you make it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the whole point. And you can be as visible or as not visible as you want. I mean, my godfather used to be the chairman of a distillery. Yeah, he took over a distillery in I think that when was it? Probably around 2003 or 4, I think, roughly. And he built the distillery up. He was the chairman, and they built the distillery up, and then they sold it to Pernod Ricard for like 100 million pounds, which is the largest ever sale of a distillery in the history of distillery sales so far. I might be wrong now, but this was like 2 years ago, I think they sold. And his personal brand, he does not have one online. Yeah, he doesn't have one online. Yes. But when you meet him, he has a very strong personal brand. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the way I look at it is it all depends on what you want to do and how you want to do it, and actually what you're involved with, and how you want that business to grow. Because you build a business alongside your personal brand, or you just build a business, and it all depends on you as an individual and whether you actually want to build your personal brand or not. Yeah, I mean, we have a problem in the UK because people don't want to build their personal brand. Yeah, yes. Person to person branding, exactly, Jan. You know, but it depends on a lot of the time your upbringing, and if you are conditioned to be humble and not tell anybody about yourself. I mean, my dad, he he had a brilliant, amazing personal brand. And to the people who know him, who still remember him, they know he has a personal brand still to them. Yeah, because they knew what he was all about. But he used to lecture in front of a lot of people. He had 2,500 students at in London, business students, postgraduate business students, and he's 84 years old now. But back then, he was Britain's leading business management expert. And I always remember him telling me this. And this is what he used to say. So when people interviewed him, because he moved from the US. And he went to MIT, and so did his father. And, you know, yeah, Jan agrees, you know, don't sell yourself short, because at the end of the day, right, no one is going to stand up and say how amazing you are. They're just not, because 97% of the time people talk about themselves. Yeah. So what makes you think they're going to go and tell everybody about how good you are? They're not, a lot of the time, you know. So we need to be a bit more American, which, you know, I'm afraid to say I'm half American, which is great. I love being half American, and I'm just getting to know my cousins out there. Yeah. But it is about telling people, you know, I'm really good at this. Yeah. And yeah, it does. That's very true, Jan. But I also think that the personal brand can actually also improve by having the right wording, because wording is what actually helps you to explain what you do in words that people can tell other people about. Yeah. So yeah,
that's absolutely.
Yeah, but it's the most important thing is, what do you do? What gives you authority and credibility? And why are you different and or better than anybody else? And these are three key elements there. And then you take those elements and you build the wording. Once you've built the wording, and you can then take that further and go for the image. Yeah. I mean, I'm sitting here, I'm in a 3-piece suit, right? This is my image for today. Yeah. I have a flexible image because I'm quite sporty. Yeah. So don't feel that you're restricted. We're not restricted anymore. I mean, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day. She used to take pictures for celebrities. Yeah. She actually used to take headshots. Yeah. And we agreed. She took photos of like President Clinton, Nelson Mandela, like loads of top presidents. Yeah. And celebrities. And we agreed that actually the line between professional and business now is being blurred. Yeah. And that is also something to bring into your personal brand. People want to get to know you. Yeah. They want to have a bigger connection with you. And the more personalized the marketing is becoming, which, you know, no one can stop it. It's on a roll now. And the people that don't embrace it are not going to make any money, and they're going to be out of business. 80% of companies are not using the data that they have properly, and they're not integrating it. So, you know, we're in a very strange place right now. We have the capabilities to actually assign a salesperson to a specific individual at a prospect at a company based upon them liking the same football team. Yeah, that's the kind of and location and the age and the family interests. You know, we have so many capabilities right now, and if the personal brand is not authentic, like a lot of people, they get other people to write their profiles for them. If you get someone to write your profile for you and you don't have any input into that process, yeah, you're just fake. Yeah, but no one likes someone that's fake. We all want people to be authentic. Yeah, so I'm quite excited. I think the world is a very exciting place. You know, that's why I bring my shades. It's shades on. You know.
Very good. This is why I was, thinking about your website, and so netschuler.com, and as well as the marketing lab. So are you gonna help people to build, because I know that LinkedIn is also about personal and more professional branding, but one issue with all the social media would be the users engagement. So how are you going to help people to increase their LinkedIn engagement? Because I know that on BD there is no issue about that.
Yeah, well, the problem with LinkedIn is there are a number of different problems. I think personally with LinkedIn, I think firstly is that they don't have live video. That's the first problem. Yeah, they don't have live video. They have video, and you can upload a 10-minute clip to LinkedIn. In addition to them not having live video, they don't actually have a way you can upload a video yet to your profile, yeah, which is a big problem. And yeah, Jan agrees, authenticity is key. I mean, I think with LinkedIn, I think people are actually not visiting LinkedIn as much as they could do. I think that's certainly one of the problems with LinkedIn. I think also the user interface on many of these platforms. Yeah, exactly. They're tinkering with video. That's what Jan says. He's right. Thank you, Jan. I totally agree with you there. They are tinkering with video, and you know, it's something that they could change. They could change, yeah. But I personally have, whilst I like LinkedIn, I find that the groups have actually, the engagement within groups is very difficult. I think there are many things that can actually change on LinkedIn. I mean, I'm finding quite a bit of engagement on LinkedIn now, but only when I put the time and effort in myself. And that's the thing, is that all of these platforms take so much time and effort. I would rather be on a Facebook Live video like this one, for example, and actually have people, you know, ask me questions or say hello, and then that actually creates amazing inbound inquiries. I mean, that's what happened to me the past few weeks. I just decided, I went and I had a meeting with a hypnotist, and he is a very interesting individual, and he said, you're really, so when I arrived in the car park, I thought, you know what, I'm starting live video again. And I arrived at the car park at this castle, I think it was, and I sat there and I did a live video, and actually that live video, as soon as I'd met with him, he turned around and he said, yeah, so yeah, Jan doesn't get alerts. Exactly. There's problems with LinkedIn groups. So he said to me, you need to do more live video, because I did a video in the car park at this place in my little sports car with a roll bar and whatever, just being myself. And it's like, the more you are yourself, the more people want to talk to you and do business with you, because you're just genuine, and they're either going to like you or they're not. I mean, I had someone unfriend me the other day, yeah, and he told me I was boring. This guy unfriended me. He said I was boring, right? It's like, well, do you know what? I'd rather actually get rid of people who don't want to see my stuff. I'd rather get rid of them and not waste my time actually speaking to them, yeah. I'd rather have 100 people or 1,000 people who are really like what I have to say, and then they share it, as opposed to have 20,000 people that don't care anything about what I'm saying about, you know, what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's my opinion on it. But you know, yeah, sorry, go on, Stefan.
Yeah, so Jan was saying from live from Puerto Rico, they're tinkering with video now and yet not mastering it.
Yeah,
I do concur with Jan.
Yeah.
TJ, it's not about being oneself on one POV video, you know, talking again and again. Even if you have guests, you know, it's,
yeah,
it would be whether about yourself or whether about your guest. That's good, but we used to do that in the 90s. Come on, we're 2018 almost, right? Looking for 2020. It's no longer about ourselves. It's about other people out there. You know, Jan was also saying that you know, it was about authenticity, and he was mentioning that he was in 4 group that don't even get alerts, so message gets lost in LinkedIn. So I maybe most of platforms now are maybe lost in translation. Bill Murray would love to feature a movie about that. they have hard time to get people together, to get them connected to each other.
Yeah. I mean, I think, yeah, but sorry to interrupt there, but I think also in a lot of these places, there's a very competitive mindset. Yeah. And I personally think that is actually the problem with a lot of people who are out there in similar places, or they look like they're in a similar place.
You mean the positioning? The positioning?
I actually mean the mindset that people have, and I think that actually the people with a competitive mindset, yeah. I don't mean competitive as in like, you know, oh, I really want to get this rolling because it feels great and I've got to do things quickly. I mean, people who just always watch competitors and they're obsessed with it. And I think that's a big problem with LinkedIn is our networks on LinkedIn and also the groups on LinkedIn. I have a real problem with the groups on LinkedIn. Because I mean, I'm a member of quite a few groups, and thankfully, Garen we have our own group on LinkedIn, which is well, Garen has one that he built up, and you know, we will be focusing probably on building that, but even further. I mean, we're up to nearly 20,000 in there, but the thing is that the beauty of groups is you can actually send direct messages if you own the group, and I really like being able to do that, yeah, because it becomes like a free email blast. Yeah, I quite like that. Sure, you don't own it, and that creates issues in itself. I'm a big believer in building your own mailing list, but the thing is that actually it's a lot harder now to build a mailing list. It's a lot harder, you know, and I personally think that we've got a lot of interesting things happening in technology with chatbot technology. Certainly Facebook becomes your broadcast medium. Yeah, you know, there's some exciting stuff going on.
Yeah. And do you think that some new technologies is using strategies and disciplines such as account-based marketing will bring something to the table of interaction, of marketing automation? Because we cannot be live 24/7, 365, exactly, unless we are hundreds or thousands, you know, taking care of one channel. Yeah. But that would be the end of what I say, the solo entrepreneurship and become something more collective entrepreneurship with co-writers, co-authors, co-owners. You know, it's all about, you know. I love the Star Trek mindset. The Star Trek mindset, because it's all about the federation.
Yes,
you know,
I agree.
Idea, concept, and I think if we do that in the future, you know, sharing values, sharing revenues and added values would be something more social.
Yeah.
You know, it's not always all about technology. Because a chatbot, okay, if the chatbot, you know, is pitching you the same question or answer 100 times, you're gonna start getting nervous about it. So stop with it. Like we used to have in the 90s and in the 2000s, those telemarketers calling home. Now there are so many technology that you can absolutely blacklist them. You can also have some devices on your phone that are detecting that they are calling from a call center. If they are shuffling their IP addresses from their automation calling machines and so on. Now with social media, with the internet gig, you know, the shot can comes from everywhere. Even behind your yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we actually take a step back a little bit and we look at the demographics of people, and we look at your son there, for example, if we actually look at the age of people, the location of people, and actually how they want to be communicated to, if for me, okay, if I can go to a website and I can find the information that I want and I can get the actions taken to make something work for me, I don't give monkeys, right, if it's a human or if it's a robot, but if I want to speak to someone and I can't speak to them, that makes me mad. And
Yeah,
if I have
and
and if I have to go to a telephone and I have to phone them, and then I can't speak to someone because I have to go through 10 different messages, that makes me mad.
that would be a corporate Australia, right?
Yeah, well, whoever. But the problem is that actually businesses of that size don't care. Okay, because all the other businesses of that size are doing exactly what they're doing, because people as consumers have actually accepted mediocrity on a massive scale. Yeah. Okay. And this annoys me, right? The people who make this stuff work properly are the people who are going to stay in business and buy up all of these people. Yeah. How will chatbots affect engagement? AI. Well, it's going to increase engagement until the point where people realize they're talking to a chatbot. I mean, that's the challenge. Is actually, do people care that they're speaking to a chatbot or not? I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? Or do you want to tell them they're speaking to a chatbot? I mean, it's kind of like, how cloak and dagger do you want this to be? Do you know what I mean?
Yes. And I think if corporations do not succeed to mix the technology, because chatbot is something belonging to many social media. We have some great ones here on Facebook, but if you do not make a quick transition in your funnel, if you are not driving that audience, and then differentiating who is a passenger, who is passing by, and who really would like to engage. Not engage in the terms of big data and statistics, just to have some ego metrics over that, but it's all about, I need to have a human contact. I need to be guided and not by a robot.
Exactly.
That robot really should be really advanced. I don't think we are yet there with artificial intelligence.
No.
But I think if the chatbot hand over to a predictive dynamic content that follows a scenario, you can provide white papers through email. You can provide videos to watch, because they need to be exposed to a video message with added value content. They could be downloading brochures, but even that, those three predictive generated dynamic content, they will never replace a live chat or a video live chat or a phone call interaction with a human being, because business is done between two individuals, not between a vending machine
and
someone putting a coins, insert the coin, and you're gonna have your Coca-Cola or whatever.
I don't know. I think it depends on who the people are. I mean, if you get a chatbot right and you program it right, and it provides the information people are looking for, it's all down to who is actually buying. It's who is the customer engaging with the chatbot. What do they want, and how do they want to receive that information? And then, boom, you can either make or break your business. So that's it from me for today, I'm afraid, because I have to go and pick up my my lovely girlfriend's boy from school. I'm just picking him up today. So
we're digital entrepreneurs. Absolutely. Absolutely, Nathaniel. We are digital entrepreneurs, but we're also in life we are real dads.
Well, I'm trying to be. It's difficult. My wife is 3 hours away with my daughter, and that's a difficult relationship. But hey, we live and learn, and we can hope that tomorrow is better than today.
That's the principle. Okay, Nathaniel, I would like to thank you for having those awesome moments with us and taking time to speak to the community.
We can expand more upon what's going on in the next few weeks.
Do you think we could have the opportunity to have one session with you and Garen?
Yes, I'm trying to organise that. and I'm not sure exactly when that's going to be, but Garen is really excited to.
No rush. Yeah,
He's really excited. Yeah, he's really excited. So we're just getting our new video sorted out, and we're planning that out today. So in the next few days, we will be recording that and getting that on the website. I might even come back here later this afternoon with Ruben and let him be the cameraman.
Yeah,
so
why not?
It could be fun. It could be really good fun for him. Yeah, he loves video. All right.
So we're gonna finish. We're gonna finish on Ian Barbosa from Puerto Rico comments. He hopes that artificial intelligence makes our life easier. Well, as far as he could pick up the kids at school for us, that would be nice. Nathaniel, thank you for your time. Also today, and we will be soon back on my BBTV. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.